Hello, my name's Paris Torch. My name's Nelsonator,
I'm Paris Torch.
and this is Let's Play Mega Man Battle Network 6, Cybeast Gregar. This is it. This is the final episode, so we are, wrapping up our loose ends. First on the list here is Proto Man FC, the strongest non-final boss encounter in this game. I guess aside from Base, he's another super boss up there with him. I have trouble with Proto Man because he's so aggressive, and this fight is really going to demonstrate that. I definitely use the pause buffer a little bit so that I can, sneak away from getting hit like the coward I am. I even practiced this fight because I just struggled with it so much, and I still can't do it perfect unless I cheese it. So I feel a little bit bad about that, but that's just kind of what happens. He was too fast for me as a kid. He's still too fast for me as an adult.
Yeah, I definitely feel the same.
Yeah, the one good thing about... Oh, hello, Base. Thank you for showing up early in the fight. I like how I also realized... Oh, wait, I gotta rearrange all my chips here so that this all makes sense. The nice thing about Slash Cross is that it does a good job of, if he jumps up into your face, you can just sort of, use the charge shot to tell him to get off you. So if you just sort of stand in that top center or bottom center square, you can hit him whenever he jumps up to you, because he always jumps up into the same space. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm taking immense damage from any attack I get hit with, and I'm 4-shot by this guy. This is what it means to be a super boss in this game. It also doesn't help that I decided, maybe I need... Oh cool, I even got to show off his, that's what the Delta Ray Giga Chip is supposed to look like. And I'm a putz and I keep fucking it up every time I use it. Yeah, so Parrish, how well do you remember Proto Man in this game? And do you remember, being able to fight him well? Or is it just kind of the same as me, where I just struggle all the time?
Yeah, I definitely struggle with Proto Man. I think he was a little bit easier than Base, in my opinion, but yeah, definitely up there, deserving of the title of one of the toughest, AI fights in the game.
Yeah, he always is, and it's nice to see that he, sort of retains his crown, even though he wasn't, a fight that everybody would see in Battle Network 4 and 5. So, the thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to save the game, I'm going to look at the library, I'm going to show off that we are ready for the final bosses. All my secret chips there's my PA memo, all the cool stuff. This means that now that I've beaten Proto Man FC, I now have all of the marks. Oops, slot empty. I'm going to show here on the title screen that I've got all 6 of them. If you're playing the Japanese version, there's yet another one, but they removed that for our release. So, one last thing to sort of show off here. This is Let's Play Gregar, but I'm going to show off Falzer here. Falzer is a fight that I struggle with because it's hard to tell where he is in the fight. You have to look at his HP bar, and then there are some attacks that he's invulnerable before he does them because he's pulled his head back out of the plane where you can damage him. The other thing that sort of separates him from Gregar is that Falzer is usually in play where you can hit him, and Gregar spends a lot of the fight, flying above the arena, absolutely invincible to any of your shenanigans. Another reason why I think it might be better if you had Base in this game instead of Base Anomaly. Base Anomaly just doesn't work when there's no panels, so it's a completely dead draw in my folder here. I made an awful decision in a lot of what I put in this folder, but I'm still going to be able to clutch it out because Bodyguard is pretty good. Well, yeah, Falzer has he's got his breath weapon where he just sort of breathes the tornado. He's got a Fiery Phoenix thing where he just creates a whole bunch of bird spirits that attack you. He can shoot a bunch of his feathers at you while he pushes you into the back. He might have another attack, but I never saw it because I had to end the fight as quickly as possible because I would get completely dunked otherwise.
Yeah, I liked also showing off that because Proto Man had no space to land on Falzer's side, that also doesn't work.
Yep, and then look at me completely whiffing with Colonel there. Falzer is only 1 square wide, which, coming from Gregar where he's 2, that's really weird to me. Yeah, he's a hard boss to fight. I struggle a lot with him. But yet, Bodyguard works even though there's no panel for the shuriken to land on. Weird. Is this the point where I try base anomaly, or am I just gonna press, like, the machine gun button and just be like, yeah, this is good enough?
I'm guessing the latter.
Yeah, I recorded this like 2 days ago and I've already forgotten. But yeah, Balzer is just a chaotic beast, and I'm trying to just end the fight as quickly as I can, compared to Gregar, where, like, I Buster Dueled that guy even in his SP form. Well, I guess when I say Buster Duel, I mean, like, I threw on Slash Cross, and I just handled it without using any damaging chips. But, you know, the point sort of stands. I just don't know Balzer's patterns that well, so I just don't want to do it.
A way to finish it off with a big climactic cannon, though.
Yeah, I love the big gun. It is my favorite. So, Gregar SP, like, I feel when I read the, like, the books that show, like, hey, you know, here's our art, here's how we design things, the artist mentioned that it was easy, sort of, to come up with Gregar, but the design for Falzer took a long time to nail down, and apparently it's difficult to make a bird look really cool. So, I can sort of see why he got a little bit more, I think he gets more attacks than Falzer. His, like, how active he is definitely makes him feel like he's got an edge in aggression. It feels like he is sort of the final intended boss here, and, like, Falzer's just kind of around, because they were like, what if we had 2 final bosses?
Yeah. Not to mention the mechanical ties with already having Gospel established in the earlier games.
Yep. So, it's time to show off why base is absolutely busted in this game. This boss is 2 tiles wide. What does that mean? It means it hits twice. Now, that won't be enough on its own, but, like, the Fire Breath is guaranteed to double your damage when it puts you into anger state, so, goodbye. All it takes to win the fight against the hardest boss in this game is 3 chips. So we're gonna watch through the credits again as I can give some thoughts here.
I've never noticed that there is no space between Network and 6, and that bothers me now.
There might be in the Falzer credits. I have recorded footage for that as well. Like, maybe, well, okay, it's going to completely break the flow for me to sort of insert that there, but, like, I can pull it up and take a look at it. It's just, yeah, why did they put the 6 without a space there? Because they had to, like, they have Cybeast Gregar and they have Cybeast Falzer, so they, like, replaced that in the credits. Like, I debated, because of some of the other stuff I was going to throw in at the end, whether I was going to use the Falzer credits or the Gregar credits, and I'm like, no, I have to use the Gregar credits because of the stuff that's going to come in, and they say, Battle Network 6 Gregar in there. I have to do it, it's an LP of Battle Network 6 Gregar. But, like...
We started with Gregar, we're going to finish with Gregar. We got away from it at some points in the middle, but that's fixed.
Yeah, like, for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes, we got to show off the other games and the other bosses, because I enjoy fighting them. Did I replay the game to show off their other scenarios? No, but I got to show off the boss fights because they're fun. And I'd already replayed through the rest of the game to show off, like, I don't know, because I enjoyed playing it. Like, I already had a save at the end of the game. It's not hard to, like, show off. Yeah,
There we go, Hideo Kojima.
There he is! Yeah, for all the Konami stuff that got pulled out of the game. Oh no. But yeah, so I'm going to tell a little bit of a story here based on what we're going to see sort of in the extended ending, but, like, these games really hit me hard as a child. I went to college, like, on some level, like, hey, you know, I want to be a computer programmer because Mega Man running around on the internet, that was really cool. But I was sort of dissuaded from that because, like, I'd never done any programming previously, which, at this point, sort of, like, after... I love how Mega Man's boot is just sort of in the top left corner there, coming in occasionally as he's running. Like, they just put him in the corner and didn't take him away.
Oops.
Like, I chose electrical engineering instead of computer programming because it's like, yeah, you know, like, I don't know, I can kind of get machines, I've never done any programming, maybe I should not do that, when, like, the entire point of college is to teach you a thing. But the arc of my life has sort of been dictated by this franchise of games that came out when I was in elementary school and stopped coming out when I was in middle school. So it's interesting to sort of come full circle here, especially with some of the other things that are going to be said in the ending, because they hit a little bit harder than when the games initially came out. 20 years later. So, this video is going to come out right before the Legacy Collection comes out, right? The first Battle Network game was a launch title for the GBA in March of 2003. It has been 20 years.
Yeah.
And now here we are. Lan, like I was Lan's age when I was a kid. He has grown up. He has a kid now who's going to school. And, like, man, that sure is some encouragement to go out there and, you know, all your friends are out there and having kids and doing stuff. Maybe you should too.
Yeah.
Well, the other things I sort of like about this cutscene is, even though they don't show you any faces, it's not hard to pick out who is saying what here, you know? Like, you can tell when Lan's speaking, you can tell when Lan's son is speaking, you can tell when Lan's wife is speaking, you can tell when Mega Man is speaking. It all just works, because you've been with these characters for so long. It's also interesting that, like, he moved into the house that, like, he grew up in. And, like, yeah, I just live here now. I'm the adult that pays the mortgage now.
Yeah, the fact that he's racing Patch and Mega Man to the station makes me think that, you know, Mega Man is in the copy bot as much as possible.
Yeah, well, and the other thing, too, is, like, he would be late to school or run to school additionally, so that never got changed. Mail became my wife. Yeah, there we go. But has it really been 20 years? Man, that was a question I asked myself when I played this game again, saw the extended ending, and I was like, man, it has been 20 years, hasn't it? Life's pretty great. These games have been a good part of my life for the 20 years that they've been in there, and, when the games ended when I was in middle school, I did not take this screen terribly well, because I was like, no, there's gonna be more, right? They just mean of this game, right? But all things, there's a season to all things, and sometimes they come and sometimes they go. At the end here, once you've beaten, like, the extended ending happens, like, even if you don't have all the marks. But for having all the marks, for beating all the bosses, for doing all the things, you get this special thank you for playing screen, where it shows all of your crosses, it shows your beast, it shows yourself beast out and all the cross beasts, and it says, thank you for playing. The first game didn't have one of these, but every other game that came after them had a thank you for playing as a final reward to work towards. So, with this, with the thank you for playing, thank you for watching my Let's Play of Mega Man Battle Network 6. I've been Nelsonator.
I've been Paris Torch.
And this has been Let's Play Mega Man Battle Network 6, Cybeast Gregar. I hope you all have a nice day.
See ya.